What's up, guys? Optical 20 here. Back for another live stream. Yeah, what an eventful week, isn't it? There's a lot of things going on. We got some announcements from Hot Toys that are pretty intense for those Star Wars fans, and I'm happy for them, man. Happy for them. These are figures that has been long awaited by other collectors out there. So I'm glad that they were finally released. And I'm talking about, as you know, if you're a Star Wars fan, you know who I'm talking about, Ahsoka and some clone troopers out there. We also got DC Fandom last weekend, which is pretty awesome by itself. And that's it. So for if you guys tune in last stream last Wednesday, so I wasn't typically I told you guys I'm gonna do it every Wednesday now, but I wasn't able to do it last Wednesday. First day of school, man. I do apologize. We got some technical difficulties there last time, but hopefully everything is well now. I haven't tried yet. You know, I guess. Well, I went to another stream last week, I believe, or this Sunday, and I didn't get any complaints on my audio, so. Who knows, man? It might be a time for now to maybe replace this good trusty mic that I've had for years now. So who knows? We'll see. Okay. Yeah, pretty quiet day today, guys. Let me see. And no one's really streaming or anything like that. Let's see what's going on in the world of 1/6. Nothing really. Alrighty, let's check that out. All right, so as far as Star Wars, okay. Give me a second, guys. I'm getting some static in here as well. I'll be right back. Just give me a moment. If you're listening to this on a replay, I do apologize. Yeah, I think I'm having some trouble on mic again. Let me see. Let me see if it's me or it's the AC that's buzzing. It's probably the AC. It's like 95 degrees outside today, which is nice if you are working out because you're gonna get a good sweat out of it. Let me see if I can hear that. I'm hearing something. So if that's the case, okay. All right. Okay. No, not too much. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay, that maybe my gain. All right. Okay, so going back. Yeah, I'll try to do this as early as possible moving forward. Oh man, yeah, my man, this mic is picking up a lot of stuff. Hey Andreas, how are you, man? Yeah, dude, Astro. I picked this up. They're the best. I don't know, they're the best headphones, at least for gaming. You know, I don't know about any other uses for it, but I use it here too. It's awesome. Like, especially if you're playing first-person shooter, you can clearly hear where your opponents are at. So you do get an advantage, a good advantage as it is. Andreas, do you play any games on PS4 or anywhere? Yeah, I'm a pretty big gamer as myself. I can't actually wait for for PlayStation 5. That's what I'm looking forward to. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Dave, you're a Star Wars fan, no? Man, Scott Summers. Dude, I was just going to talk about that figure, bro. Hey, no worries, Scott. I mean, look at this guy. I was going to talk about this later. I love this thing. Well, this is not still Scott Summers, but I guess not exactly Hot Toys or the beloved Cyclops from X-Men fans. So Oh, you play everything, man. Hardcore gamer there for Andreas. Yeah, I used to play a whole lot back then, but life took over. But yeah, dude, Ahsoka. Is it Ashoka or Ahsoka? I don't even know. I guess Is it Ahsoka? I don't know the right pronunciation for that, but yeah, I mean, anyone here? Yay, Mario. Hey, Dave. Me too, man. Marvel guy right here. Look at my chair. Yeah, I'm not. You know what? Honestly, I'm not even a. I I like Star Wars, but I do recognize the impact of this release from Hot Toys, from every Star Wars fans out there, and I'm happy. I'm happy for them. This is long awaited, man. This Ahsoka figure, and then this 501st, because I know they're pretty expensive on eBay now. This troopers. So I mean, at least they don't. And it's funny because I bought one of those troopers. I got a friend who is a hardcore Star Wars fan, and we give that to him as a gift in his birthday. This was the sideshow one, and I don't even. He looks like the one with the blue thing on his face. So, and it was like $100 or $90 in Big Bad Toy Store back then, and we don't know that the value is going to be so high, and he's not even into 1/6. I don't know what he did to them. I hope he didn't sell it for like $80 or something, because that would really suck. Dave says, I haven't watched the Clone Wars, but I'm super happy for folks that have been waiting for Ahsoka. Yeah, I know, man. I haven't seen the Clone Wars either. Probably never will. I'm just not a big animated, guy. Just even if even if they announce like Lord of the Rings and animated, I probably won't watch it. Hey, Danny, what's going on, man? Yeah, but I heard so much good things about it, Dave. Like that Clone Wars. Apparently, if you watch that, the prequel would make sense, which it does make sense to me. But I guess it would make it better, I suppose. So, yeah, Mario. Mario says Hot Toys dropped bombs for us Star Wars the other night. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, let's get into that, man. So, I know everyone's excited, man. Everyone streamed, I think the first 2 nights. Andrea says, I also need to see what the hype's about. I pre-ordered anyways. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know in a standpoint of, see, this is the we'll talk about that later. This is the I guess, risk of pre-ordering something that you don't really like, because like Ahsoka's a pretty popular figure or character that I bet you this is not the only one that they're gonna make. If you're a hardcore fan or just a fan like Mario and Danny, it's a no-brainer. You should get this. But for somebody like myself, if this was 3 years ago, I would have probably pre-ordered it and reviewed it. But now, because the price is so expensive, I don't know if I have the liberty to do that now. But yeah, let's take a look at this. Oh man. See, I was watching Collecting Weekly the other day, and they were making fun of this figure because they said it looks like what's John Travolta. That's the name that I was looking for. Kind of see it. I don't know if it's that intense, but I do see what they're talking about here. See, the only thing that I see, if I was a fan, right, and I'm looking at this in that standpoint, the only thing that I could have probably changed here is the arms. And I know people are gonna scoff at the idea of jointed arms, but they should have treated this like Thor, which they should have given this character 2 arms. One is jointed if you want to pose her in dynamically, because it looks like this is a pretty dynamic character, like a pretty badass character who does a lot of fighting and all that stuff. But the last thing you want here is put her in a museum pose. I mean, you could. Gamora doesn't have any issues with that. But, if you want to display her, if I was a collector, you want to display her like in a fighting stance or something like that, and that you won't be scared that her arms are going to deteriorate after a few poses, kind of like what happened to Shuri. So those are my only concern if I was a fan. I mean, other than that, see, this is the other thing. Is she was supposed to be, it looks like her face is a bit animated. but now she's standing to like a real person, like a real character. I don't know if that bothers any Star Wars fans out there, with like Mario and Danny. But me personally probably wouldn't bother me. Like, I mean, she still looks great, and the price is pretty good, man. 250. I was surprised on how popular this character is. And even if they price this at 270, I think people are still gonna pre-order this and buy it with how popular and the lack of figures of this character is. It's at least in 1/6 form. I'm surprised that they went to 250 route and gave her a purse. So that's pretty good value out there, in my opinion, right? So, that is my opinion. I think it looked at, yeah, Danny says the sideshow tax, but I think Danny, even with the sideshow tax at 250, I think it's still a pretty good deal. I mean, 250 is like the standard now for Hot Toys, so that's not bad, not bad at all. But yeah, it looks. Danny says it's the remodeled or repurposed Shuri body, which I don't doubt. Like their figures are pretty short to begin. Hey, Marco, what's going on, man? Yeah, Dave says the figure is similar to Gamora. Can't bend the arms too much, otherwise it'll break. Yeah, they should. I get it from an aesthetic standpoint. You don't want to see any joints. This looks good. You can bend it, but we've seen their technology time and time again. I mean, my Wonder Woman just cracked in a static pose, and I live in Illinois where there's no humidity whatsoever. So, I mean, I bet you guys this is not. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big Clone Wars. I haven't seen any episode of Clone Wars, so correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure there's going to be more characters of different outfits for Ahsoka, given how popular she is, and the sales of this figure is going to dictate that. And I'm pretty sure this is going to skyrocket. Now, in terms of how easy you can move this figure once, let's say, the second or third figure comes out, we'll see. Because even with Luke Skywalker, I mean, the new Luke Skywalker didn't really skyrocket. Like you can still get it for under 300 nowadays, and that's an older figure. The deluxe version might net you a little bit more. So, but no question, if you're a Star Wars fan, this is a must-have. Yeah, I mean, even if they release a second or third character, you're looking at 2-3 years here. You might as well enjoy. I mean, this figure itself, I don't know when it's going to come out. Probably in a couple of years. Well, maybe next year, more than next year. But yeah, I mean, like I said, 250. That's not bad. Not bad at all. The only thing too is that see, if they did the swappable arm, they could potentially do a light up saber. Although I don't think it's necessary anyway. But yeah. Danny says it's tough. If they give regular jointed arms, everyone will complain about the visible joints. I agree. They did that with Bane. But like Danny, if they did the Thor treatment where you can swap out the entire arm and swap it with a jointed arms and maybe just increase the product for just like about I don't know, a few, $20, for example. And I don't think those two pieces of plastic would cost them $20. Swappable arms, like put a socket on her shoulders, kind of like Thor, the Thor Infinity War Thor. You can change out from a sleeveless arm to the sleeved arm. One is jointed, and I think people would appreciate or maybe understand the logic why they would put a jointed arm in there because of posability. But they went this route, which is not bad. See, this is not bad because she's just kneeling down. I think this is a perfect pose if you are trying to pose her like dynamically, because there's no bended rubber in this pose right here. That's pretty badass pose right there. This one is yeah, again, not bad, unless her right arm is unless her right elbow is bent. I don't know. Yeah, these are pretty safe poses. Yeah, she looks good in here too. And yeah, and movable eyes for 250, not bad at all. Well, I don't know how accurate is she from the the show though? Is she pretty accurate as far as the animated version? Because are they? I'm not. Are they going for the animated version here, or somewhere in between, where it's animated and kind of like a live person? Because there's a lot of rumors that it's going to be Rosario Dawson or something. Yeah. So if they're going for Rosario Dawson here, I don't see it. But if they're going for the animated slash then yeah. And Danny says no. Thors were both rubber. Yeah, just one was armored rubber with texture. Yeah, Danny, they're both rubber. But my point is, like, if they did it with Ahsoka, one's rubber and one's not. You know, just for posing purposes. And it doesn't need to be double jointed elbows, because double jointed is it's kind of disgusting if you're looking at it without any sleeves. I get it. You get like you get more posability, but if they're doing a like kind of like with Bane, that's not too bad. Bane is not too bad. People just blew it out of proportion. But for me, I'm always for at the end of the day, they're figures, so I expect them to have joints. You know, the next version might be Fison. I don't know why they haven't used Fison yet. You know, so who knows, man. And Danny says I think they're doing a hybrid, which is, hey, no complaints on this. The look of this figure. Again, you know, I'm basing it off my eye test. Just that. Nothing, any source material here whatsoever. So, I mean, with movable eyes, like Andrea says, her eyes are larger when she's young. I think they did well. Hey, and Mario says the head sculpts are more of a realistic interpretation. So, if that's what they're going for, I think it looks good. You know, it's like a hybrid, like Mario says. I mean, like Danny says, hybrid of like animated and a real person. So that's not bad at all. What else they could have included? Maybe a backdrop. You know, they always include a backdrop anyway, but it's not going to make or break the figure, in my opinion. So that's not bad at all. So, and not only that, I think they I don't know if you guys are. That's probably the most exciting thing for if I was a Star Wars fan. This is just, I guess, icing on the cake, which is this 501st Battalion. Let's see. And there's two versions, so I don't know why you wouldn't go for just the deluxe version. I mean, the difference is so minimal that I think you are gonna regret if you just went for the regular version instead of the deluxe version, because just like I said, it's so what is it $30 and you get so much more compared to this. I mean, that looks good. I mean, you're not gonna spend like $600 as well. Oops. Dave says, do you think they will release a different versions of Ahsoka since they're their new money maker? Oh, absolutely, Dave. Absolutely. That's not even up for discussion right there. Doing Star Wars right now is like printing money for Hot Toys. So okay, so that, I mean, he looks pretty good, man. I mean, like I said, this is me just looking at it in the perspective of a collector, not a fan. You know, obviously I wanted it to be a little bit cheaper if I was a fan, because if you're gonna build an army, ideally, I don't know, maybe get 4 of them, because 2 might be, I don't know, man. See, I was looking at it in a perspective again. So my Star Wars is Lord of the Rings. So let's say if these are Urukais, I'd probably get 4, depending on the price, of course. They're a little bit more expensive than the normal Stormtrooper, because the normal Stormtrooper, aren't they like 185? They also come with more, but the idea here is to army build. Maybe not a whole lot. Ideally, you know, if you're in a perfect world, you might want to get 6. I think that would look good, or possibly you can get 8. But 6, if you get 4, you're looking at around $1,000 just for an army. That might be a little too much for most people, you know, depending, you know, on your budget, of course. But I can imagine they would look, you know, pretty sweet if they're standing like this, you know. Correct me, Mario or Danny, if I'm wrong, but do they have any more different versions than this, or this is basically it? Because like just on just the regular Star Wars, the way I see them, there's like an incinerator trooper. Like I said, I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to Star Wars. But if this is it, maybe 4. That might be a little too much still. Because if you get 2, that's already $500, and 2 might be a minimum. Like if you're standing, on your left and right. But yeah, and Danny says if the deluxe was priced at 220, that would have been more perfect for him. I agree. 220 would have been decent. We all wish it was 185 like the old Trooper, but I do recognize that it comes with more. I don't know. Luckily for me, I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I don't even have to worry about this. Danny says, no doubt they will pump more Ahsoka. Mario says, I plan on getting 3. I pre-ordered 1 deluxe and 1 regular, kind of thinking I should update the regular to deluxe. Yeah, Mario, just do it. I mean, $30, man. Think about it this way. If you go to eBay and you're looking for a part, that's already going to be $30. Let's say head sculpt or a helmet or whatever. Just do the 30. You won't even recognize that, like few years down the road when you already have the figure. That's not going to make or break your decision here. Dave says, I think they will go all out with a clone trooper. I agree, Dave. This is like printing money. So the Marvel hype has gone down. So going the Star Wars route, if you're a business, man. Oh, Danny says yellow, red markings and all white. Oh, god damn, they got more? Sheesh. My goodness. I mean, if you go down that route, if you're Hot Toys, so look at this. So for $30, you'll get, do you get 2 helmets then? Yeah. And a backpack and this minigun. Dude, Mario, cancel that regular, man. So if you divide it by 4, this is what, like $7 each? Come on. That is... Yeah, unless you, I guess unless you go into the, I don't know, man. Because I guess if you buy 4 deluxe, so you save like $30 for 4, that 120. So I guess that would make sense. If the other 2 are just gonna stand in the back, But what if you wanted to? So is that how it works? Like they have like red stripes on their armor, and they just change their helmet to red, and the stripes doesn't change colors or so? I guess. Mario says there are many different battalions of clones with different colors and specialties, similar to all the different versions of Iron Man. There are probably as many clones. God damn! So I'm guessing these 2 clones are just the more popular ones then. I guess. This one has a booster too, so that is cool, man. Back in the day when I got my first Boba, my Boba was like $260 and he was deluxe. I forgot. He's the one with the Sarlacc pit. So I forgot what year that was. And now we're looking at a foot soldier here for the same price as Boba. And back then, man, I made a mistake. I was still pretty new back then. Well, not really. I think it was 2015 when they acquired the license to Star Wars. And we were all hyped, because they never Star Wars was a license by Sideshow, and the first time we saw Vader and Luke Skywalker. So all my Star Wars was from the older ones, and we were just happy to see Star Wars. Even I wasn't a big fan, but I do recognize their history and their importance in the pop culture. So I traded in, big mistake, traded in my Days of Future Past Wolverine for a New Hope Vader. And back then there was only one Vader. This Vader talks. And it was awesome. So I was just like, and they sold out. And I was just like, all right, Vader was more expensive to begin with compared to Days of Future Past Wolverine. Wolverine back then was $250 and Vader was around $300. So I was like, I was winning this. Man, had I known that they're going to make 4 more Vaders afterwards and only 1 Days of Future Past Wolverine, I wouldn't have done that trade, man. And what I got was, I hated that Vader. The belt was a pain. The the voice gimmick was a gimmick. You can't even turn it on. You could turn it on unless you could use it if you're willing to undress Vader every time you want to use him. So it was a horrible decision. And then I jumped on Boba, and I was just like, hey, they're not gonna make another one, and they did, obviously. So that was another mistake on my end. Needless to say, I made a lot of mistakes on Star Wars. See, this is what happens when you don't know the franchise, and that's what I was telling Andreas earlier, because he's planning to jump on this, and maybe he knows Star Wars more than me, but I didn't anticipate that they're gonna make this many Star Wars. So now that I got Vader, I can't even sell him for retail because there's like other Vaders that are better. And I notice things that they don't notice, like the helmet is different, the I don't know what you call that, the chest pieces. So they have all these questions on me that I can't even answer. The only thing that I guess is worth it in that line initially was the Chewbacca and the Han Solo. The and maybe the Leia, but back then, before she passed away, that Leia from A New Hope, you can't give that away too. That they're like Anakin Skywalker as well, because they're pretty basic. She's just wearing a white robe, but the moment she passed away, just skyrocketed up. So yeah, I mean, as far as this collectible, so I learned my lesson. So I'm gonna calm down on this releases. Let them do their thing, and I'm sure there's gonna be so the danger of this Ahsoka is if Rosario Dawson becomes Ahsoka. So you bought this, and Rosario Dawson becomes an Ahsoka now, and they're gonna make no mistake about it. They're gonna release that figure too. Now you're gonna be left with an inferior Ahsoka. And this is pure speculation, by the way, so, but I don't know. Maybe Rosario Dawson is already like a done deal that I just don't know. So now for the new collectors, they're not going to buy your Ahsoka because the, quote unquote better version is out there, like the human version. So those are the, I guess, risk of getting this figure. However, I'm like, again, I'm saying this on a casual fan's tone. If I was a fan, I don't care. I'll just buy both. If they come out with a Rosario Dawson piece 3 years from now, then so be it. So be it. I'll enjoy my Ahsoka for. It's just a matter of when you get rid of them. If you're not attached to those figures, and when you let's say you buy this Ahsoka, and then a year from now, they release that Mandalorian with Rosario Dawson. So now you know that they're going to come out with the human Ahsoka. Now it's the time to let go of this. Even if you just break even, then you should be happy with it. So other things for this week, man. DC Fandom is pretty darn good. Let me pull up some stuff here from DC Fandom. I don't know if you guys tune into. I didn't. I was just looking at some what do you call this? Some images here and there. So they, of course, the Suicide Squad. I kind of like that Harley Quinn. Who had Harley Quinn? Is that you? Or was that Zach's, the Harley Quinn? Yeah, you guys were selling on auction. Oh, yeah, I guess this one right here. So they're like several Harleys now from that Hot Toys released. Don't know why. She's so popular. It seems like they just wanted doing Harley Quinn now. Oh, Andrea says Battens and Hot Toys needed. Oh man. Of course. Oh, Mario says he sold a Deadshot on auction. Yeah, I don't think there's a Deadshot in this new what do you call this? On this new Suicide Squad that they're. Oh, nope, not that. Let's share this other screen. Because there's what, like a few Harley Quinns now, and I don't. So okay, so I know this one on the far left. This is really expensive nowadays. This looks like more of a classic version, even though I kind of like this anyway. So I don't mind keeping this version. The outfit is different enough that I can justify, I guess, owning two Harleys. Um, but this one looks good, man. It resembles the classic Harley. This one is from her own movie, which I'm not a big fan of. I didn't hate it, but I don't think I'm gonna own one in a Hot Toys format. So this is a pass for me. This I might think of picking up. Might think of picking this one up. So yeah, but this red and black. Andrea said he's gonna get the red and black, and Harley is a very tank girl looking. Let's see here. Dave says he's asking Mario if it's a good time to sell Suicide Squad figures because I've got all of them and they're all back in the box. It might, Dave. It might, because of all these DC fandom. Although I don't know if there's a whole new like the Joker. There's a lot of hate for that Joker, man. I mean, I didn't mind that Joker particularly. I mean, he's not the best Joker, obviously, but I don't think he's as bad as people are making him out to be. In my opinion, it's a very underrated figure. As far as figure, I'm just talking about purely figure here, at all. But yeah, that Harley, I think I'm gonna get that Harley, depending on the movie. I saw the characters, man. Don't know any one of them outside of the shark guy, and the Boomerang or whatever, Captain Boomerang. Don't know the other guys, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. I want to watch it, and then Snyder Cut, man. They saw the trailer. I don't know if you guys saw the trailer. But that looks pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I saw some things that they used, but I didn't know it's gonna be that much footage from Snyder Cut. I thought it was gonna be an extra, like when you get this extended edition or whatever, just a few minutes of cut. It looks like a brand new movie. Honestly, it looks like a brand new movie. I don't know. I'm really interested in that. I hope it does good. So maybe we'll get some figures from them again. So I hope so. Okay. Danny says he likes the new Suicide Squad. If I bought Harley, I would buy the new one. Yep. If I'm in the market, because especially the old Harley from Suicide Squad, I believe it's like $500 nowadays. So yeah, Mario says it's a good time to sell Harley. She's skyrocketed in price. If somebody's gonna buy my Harley for 500, I don't sell on eBay. But yeah, Dave, man, Harley, you might make your money up from the one that you're gonna lose from. Although I don't think you're gonna lose that much from the Joker if you have that. Maybe the Arkham Joker. Back then I picked up my Arkham Joker for like 150. I actually do like that. Andrea said if the Joker was actually Jason Todd or destroyed Robin, it would have been epic. Yep, I agree. That, speaking of which, that Pattinson, when he took off his mask, doesn't he look like, I don't know, Robin or something? It's just me because of the hair and all that stuff. So Danny says I'm a comic book guy and I don't even know who all the other guys are. Dude, I was so confused. Just like, who the hell are these guys? I mean, John Cena, I know the actors. I just don't know who they're portraying. I don't know if they're good villains or bad villains. I don't know who they are. It was just like, man, at least in the first one, you got Joker, you got Deadshot, Harley. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know who that fire guy is. I forgot his name. Inferno or whatever his name is. I didn't know who he was. But it was okay because there was only like 5 or 6 of them. You got Katana, But this version, man, they got like a gazillion of them, a gazillion of guys that I don't know who they are. So this might be interesting. This might be interesting. Dave says the exclusive, he has the exclusive version with the mallet. Man, Dave, yeah, I'm telling you, man, that might be like you might be sitting on a $500 figure here. It might not be Anakin. I see. I don't know if Anakin actually went down in price now, but you might not. Might be looking at something good here. Danny says they are C-list villains. That is sad, man. That is sad. We got C-list villains here. Speaking of C-list, let's see if we can find out that list. No, you know what? I'm not gonna find out that list, man. Fuck that. But like I was mentioning earlier, the Snyder cut, and I got some like screenshots here. Let's see if I can open this in a new image. Okay. So this looks like they look like all like new footages to me. So I don't know if you guys can even remember. Let's see. Okay. All right. So the graphics has improved, especially with that the villain that they did have. So this is yeah, this is Darkseid. The graphics is better, don't get me wrong, than Steppenwolf. He still looks like a PS3 graphics though. The proportion seems off to me. His face is screaming PlayStation 3. I mean, it improved, don't get me wrong, but still not to the quality of Marvel. I'm just saying. This shot looks good, and then Batman has a monologue where he says something, in terms that they haven't faced us together. That was pretty cool. I like that. This cyborg scene I don't remember at all. So, and then Black Superman. So if I had to guess, and this is an educated guess that I'm going to do here, if I had to guess figures that they would release because of Snyder Cut, might be this guy. I guess, again, this all depends on how good the Snyder Cut is going to be. So depending if it's great, I don't even, if they release Darkseid, I don't even know if I wanted the Darkseid like looking like this though. Yeah. I mean, again, he looks like a PS3 he looks like a PS3 bad guy to me. Cyborg we might get, depending on how good this is. Black Superman, for sure we're gonna get. I guess regardless of how this Snyder Cut will do, because imagine this is an easy money grab here. You already have a Superman. Just change his outfit to black, and you don't need to do anything else. That's all you gotta do. At least with Cyborg here, you gotta do some engineering here. You gotta do some light of functions. You kind of have to do like an Iron Man sort of thing. Not with this Superman. So, hey Lenky, what's going on, man? Oh yeah, I did see the new Batman, bro. It looks amazing. I was wrong. I was wrong. Oh, Dave says the Justice League Batman are going up in prices too. I didn't know that. I gotta check the market every once in a while, man. Mario says, hope so, Danny. A black soups would be sick. Mario, you're getting out of. I thought you were just streamlining your collection out of Star Wars. Are you gonna deviate from that? If let's just say this is good, just for argument's sake. Danny says, I regret not picking up the tactical Batman suit when it was widely available. Yeah, Danny, it sat for a while, man. And to be fair, not because Avengers or Justice League was pretty bad. And still up to this point, I didn't thought it was that bad. I thought it was in the level of, Age of Ultron, perhaps. I think it's a tad better than Age of Ultron. But everything now is kind of like sitting down, it's being left there for a while. Even the widely popular Anakin sat there for a while. The only one that I saw that was sold out instantaneously was Superman from Justice League. The moment he came out, I think it lasted for like 3 days, waitlisted.
So I mean, outside of him, I don't know if the Mandalorian might be. Although I doubt it, because we already know there's a Mandalorian that's with a Beskar armor. So that was something new to me when Superman just went out, and so. Mario says, I saw that too. Both Keaton Bat's figures skyrocketed. Also crazy. See, if you guys are in the market for a Keaton Batman, this is the perfect time not to buy one. Because if he is indeed going to show up in this next movie, there's no reason Hot Toys is now going to do even a reissue of Batman Returns. No reason whatsoever for anyone to buy those Batman figures for $500, especially they're older. And if they're used, you don't know what kind of quality you're getting. I mean, they're rubber suits. So if you guys are in a market for Keaton Bats, just hold off. Hold off for a few years. There's a lot of figures coming out in the next upcoming years. Man, just hold off to that. Hey, J-Rod, what's going on, man? Dave says, Keaton 2 of the DX9 need to start checking more often. This time to unload. Yep, Dave. I was just talking about that. Unload that DX09. Even if you are in the market for a new, like a Keaton Bats, even if you have DX09, I would unload it for $500-$600 and then buy the new Keaton Bats. It is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So I guess it's only a question of, do you really need a Keaton Bats in your collection right at this moment? Because if you don't, sell them off for a profit, man. Sell them off for a profit. And let's say they don't make a Keaton Bats. If you're sitting on a DX09 for that long, are you really gonna miss it on your collection? Just there's so many good figures coming out. So I don't know. Danny says, I like the tactical suit just on the side, but I'm always on the bottom of my want list. Danny, I'm not gonna lie, I got the tactical suit. He's just standing there. Although I don't mind him just standing there. He looks cool. Although I do like the regular Batman better, if you're gonna ask me. So, Lenky says, "Did you know that Michael Keaton is coming? As Batman in the new Flash movie." That's what I'm saying, Lenky. If he is, time to unload those DX09s for a profit, of course. So, Mario says, "I'm looking into Star Wars only, but I'm weak. I'm selling the figures that don't fit in my collection for now." Man, I got a new, like for me, I got so many things in here that, some of them, like my DX13, I love my DX13, but, I haven't touched him in years. Dust them off, but that's pretty much it. Like now, sometimes I think if I can make money out of them, would I really miss him that much? Like there's so many good figures coming out that if you can make money out of this collection and use them to fund your other collection, man, it's time to cash in, bro. It's time to cash in. Danny says, I would jump in on a Keaton reissue. Me too. I sold to Mario, a good friend of mine. I sold mine for like 180. Not the DX09, the Batman Returns. Kind of regretting it because of the fact that he is pretty iconic. I hated the fact that he can't move though. Sold it, but that's it. Hey, Eddie, what's going on, man? Eddie's in the house. Mario says you're gonna have to fight Danny with that one. Oh man, Anakin. They're fighting for Anakin Skywalker here, guys. Lenky is asking, did you like the new Batman suit from the new film? I don't mind it, Lenky. It reminds me of the video game Batman. Let's pull that out, by the way. And guys, if you've seen the I was wrong. I doubted Battinson. If we want, are we calling him Battinson now? I just saw it on the chat. But I saw the trailer. I don't know about you guys, but if you guys watch the Gotham from the TV show, it gave me that vibe. It gave me the color, the tone, the everything. It gave me that vibe. So. And I like Gotham. So, oh man, why did I click that? Okay, let's check this. Oh man, especially when he's beating up that guy, I like the fact that it looks dark. There is a like the Riddler is not this guy in green suit just being funny and all that stuff. I like that. So let's pull up Battinson here. Yep. I can see his eyes though. Is that weird? You know, I think the cowl is a bit, I like it kind of deeper, that I can't see the white on his eyes. You know, it's just me. You know, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of digging the suit, man. Liking this. Oh, why did I do that? Go back. Okay, there you go. But yeah, I kind of like this Pattinson Batman. I saw the trailer, man. Ooh, it was good. I liked it. Like I said, it has that Gotham vibe, where it's like I like the tone. Although I'm not sure how this would, you know, fit to the timeline that they're doing, because Ben Affleck came back. I actually do like Affleck as Batman, so but I did doubted Pattinson, not his acting ability, because I know he's a good actor, but the look wise. But now I see him, you know, he looks good in a cowl. He has the jaw to play Batman, that's for sure. The costume, like Lenky was asking, reminds me of that Arkham games, which is not a bad thing. I don't think he's bulky enough though. I think he needs to, I don't know how far they are in the film now, but I think he needs to, you know, gain a few more pounds of muscle though, just to play the role, bro. You know, that's just me. So Dave says he has so many figures that don't fit in his collection. I want to sell all of my DXs. Man, Dave, DX are the cream of the crop. Why would you do that? See, I have I want to call it a very diverse collection. So I don't really have a line. My line is what I want to buy. And a lot of people are saying that's a dangerous path. I mean, Dave, I don't know how long you've been collecting, but you know a good figure from not a non-good figure. All right, so we were talking about that before we were gonna actually touch base on that before one of our audios got fucked up. So if you guys were watching the previous live stream, we were gonna touch base of that, you know, like a collecting line, because all of us, and Mario, myself, and Frank does not have any line. Hey Shafiq, how are you, man? Okay, so all right, let me go back here before we touch base in that. So Mario says I have the Keaton Batman Returns 2-pack that I was tempted to sell, but now, oh man, Mario, sit on that, man. That's probably a lot of money right now. A lot of money. Shafiq says going on ill for Star Wars. Where's DC figure? Man, I think after Fandom, and then once we get the smokes are cleared on this Snyder cut, I think we're gonna see them, and I'll be happy when I see them. I can see that you're a Batman fan as well, so go for that. Mario says he's looking for a DX Luke. Mario says like the Batman suit, but not feeling the cowl so much. You know, I get that feeling too, Mario. I get that. Damn, look at Dave. He got Davy Jones. Man, that is selling for back then. I don't know about now. I haven't been in touch with the prices, but that's a gold mine back then. And Danny agrees with me. It has the Gotham TV show vibe, which is for me not a bad thing. You know, I actually enjoyed the show. I kind of stopped watching it. Just kind of got lost into it, honestly. So Eddie says I would not sell any DC Hot Toys Flash sold out because he is getting a new suit. Yep, man, this is finally like DC multiverse. I think this is finally gonna. We can all agree that DC has a very messed up timeline. But I guess if they do the multiverse, that would be a cop out for them to kind of like, I think, patch this all up together. So. Okay, so Mario says, I have the DX15 Jack Sparrow, beautiful figure. Mario, dude, that DX15. And I don't even like Pirates of the Caribbean, but I can't get myself to sell that figure. One of the best figures that I've ever gotten. One of the best. Andrea says there's going to be at least one other suit for sure. For sure. Oh, look at that keen eye, Andreas. His suit is destroyed in the trailer. I gotta see that, man. Yeah, Shafiq, man. You gotta be beefy, man. I mean, I'm sure Pattinson is in good shape for a marathon, but man, we're talking about Batman here, man. We need them gains, bro. We don't need them cardio. We need some big arms and all that stuff. So oh, Mario says they only shot 25% of the Bats film, and Pattinson doesn't want to bulk up from the movie during quarantine. I heard that, Mario, which is kind of sucked because Ben Affleck was a total beast. I mean, that's man, if you're playing, Batman or Superman, I think it's your obligation to lift weights. Just saying. J Rod says I want an Affleck Batman as Snyder Cut has me hype. I just don't like Aquaman though. I like them both. I like Affleck as Batman. I like, we talked about it. I like Bale as Batman. I mean, I like the trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy. I think if you're a DC fan or a comic book fan, I think we can all agree that trilogy was one of the best, regardless if you're a Marvel or a DC fan. But in my opinion, if you take out Christian Bale and put Ben Affleck in it, it would still be equally good. So I think I would give that trilogy to Christopher Nolan more than Christian Bale, although he's a good actor too. Lenky says I want to see that new Michael Keaton suit in the future. So Lenky, if they're doing a Flashpoint, doesn't that make sense that he's still wearing the old suit though? Because he's going back in time. Just saying. Hey, Diecast. He says he's just tapping in. What's going on, man? Glad you can join us. Andreas says, I think he will bulk up for the next movies, but he must bulk up. Andreas, he might not get a next movie, though. If we already know that Batfleck is back, I think he committed that he's back. I guess depending on which timeline Pattinson is, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I think it will be overly confusing because I think they cast Pattinson when there was a conflict between Ben Affleck. So if he comes back, Pattinson, let's say the movie is terrific, and I want it to be really good. Honestly, I want every superhero movie to be good. I don't even watch any other movie than superhero movies nowadays. But if it's really good, kind of like Joker good with Joaquin Phoenix, I guess they can switch the timeline somehow. I'm not that big of a DC fan, to know the Flashpoint and all that stuff, but I'm sure they'll work something out. And even if they don't, I'm still gonna watch it anyway. So who cares, right? Dave says I got a DX06, a pirate, and purchased the new head sculpt. I think that one's for you. One figure I can't sell. Dave, I get you, man. I got a DX15. I'm telling you, man. I'm not a pirate fan, Pirates of the Caribbean fan, but that is one of the best figure that I've seen. See, the combination of sculpted hair and rooted hair was seamless. The way you change the faceplate is great. The accessories, I mean, everything about it is good. I just don't like the movie. But that is one of those things where I appreciate the figure, man. I appreciate the figure. Thigh Guy says, do you think they will reissue Hot Toys Keaton Batman since appearing in Flashpoint? Thigh, 100%, man. So if you're, we were talking about it earlier. If you're in a market for a Keaton Batman, just hold off, man. Hold off. Use that money that you're gonna overspend. Because let's say you have a budget for $500 for Keaton Batman. You decided, you know what? I'm willing to pay $500 in eBay. If you can get him for $270, if you just wait, for example, you can get him for $270. Use that other money that you're gonna save, the $220, add another $50, $250, buy another figure. So you get two figures instead of spending on one, and that might satisfy your thirst for a Keaton Batman for a while. So, hey, Mikes, what's going on, my man? Andrea says the Batman. I thought they already said it's a trilogy, maybe more. God damn, if it is, they're banking on Pattinson. If that's the case, I don't know if I'm really gonna do that. Especially that we got Batfleck coming up. Shafiq is asking when's your next review video. It's gonna be tomorrow, but it's Asmus. I do have a lot of Hot Toys coming up. I already got Hawkeye, Black Widow's on the way. These are, like big bad. They just got a bunch of stock. So nothing exciting, nothing that you really haven't seen. But as I mentioned earlier, because there was like a few people in the chat earlier, I am kind of leaning towards more like third party nowadays, especially now. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's a good time to be a Hot Toys collector because you're going to get everything that you wanted. Hot Toys is just pumping out Star Wars left and right. And I'm happy for Star Wars fan, man. Happy. But for like a Marvel, and you can see it, a Marvel and DC fan like myself, who's not exactly keen on Star Wars, I like Star Wars. I don't love Star Wars. It's a boring time for me. So to answer your question, man, I do have a lot on the pipeline, but nothing exciting for the casual viewers, like more of Lord of the Rings, some X-Men here from Toys era. I bought a bunch of this. I actually hunted so I was watching. There's nothing to watch. There's no sports, nothing like that. So I watched X-Men, like the newer versions. I know they're not popular to a lot of people, but I enjoyed them. I thoroughly enjoyed X-Men. So I rewatched Apocalypse the other day, and in preparation for reviewing this, because this is from the Apocalypse figure, from Apocalypse line. So I was trying to remember, because I don't remember when he wore this. Apparently he wore this outfit only on the end scene. I think this outfit appeared for a good 10 seconds, and that was it. That was at 10 seconds. And so I didn't know that Apocalypse was the guy Poe from Poe, what's his name? Poe from Star Wars. Man, they botched that Apocalypse big time, man. They botched that character big time. But it could have been good. But you know what? I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. So I enjoyed it so much that I hunted Magneto. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this figure, Mag 10 2.0. He has purse. It was $185 when it first came out. Couldn't see it anywhere. If you go to eBay, type in Toys era Mag 10, nothing's gonna come out. I gotta import it out of. Luckily I got some family out of the country, and I bought them for a pretty good price. So no one's probably gonna watch that review, but that's all right, man. It's all right. That Magnet, and I got a bunch of X-Men coming up. So yep, Shafiq. So Amber is here. I know she does, I know she likes Lord of the Rings. So the other person outside of myself that likes Lord of the Rings. So I think Amber, I forgot the order, because I do have Amber. Which one do you want to see first? Elrond or because I can interchange both. I think I got lined up Elrond and Twilight Witch. Man, I got that Twilight Witch King for like $150. Not bad at all. So diecast is, I think it's gonna be different Batman characters running at the same time. Hey man, diecast. I'm a huge Batman fan, so I wouldn't even mind that, as long as it can make kind of make sense. Not just to force it. I'll be all for that. Lenky says, yep, I agreed about this, saying Flash went to the future and Michael Keaton was Ben Affleck Batman the whole time, so there's no traditional Michael Keaton suit in the Flash film. Oh, I don't know. Dave is asking, is my DX figure belt flaking? No, Dave. See, I'm lucky to a point that none of my pleather, even the Crow, has flaked at all. So crossing fingers here. Danny says he preferred the Batfleck just on physical looks. I absolutely agree with you, Danny. Excited to see Battinson's version. It's me as well. Hey, any video game character, man, or movie, I'm all for it. Good, bad, I'll watch it. Thai says, after watching your Superman Justice League review, went and bought it on eBay. Well, thank you, Thai. I'm glad I was able to. It's a great looking figure, man. You're not gonna regret it. Unless you paid $1,000 for it. I hope you didn't, but with a second head sculpt, man, it's good. And I hope you got a good deal, like Maria said. Diecast says it's going to be a long time before we see any figure based on new movies. After all these delays of the movie production, I still haven't resumed it. I agree, Diecast. So yesterday, we there's nothing to watch, man. Everyone knows I'm a huge NBA fan, but they kind of stopped the games now. I don't know if there's going to be NFL games. I hope there is because I need sports in my life. I didn't even know that there was a boxing event not too long ago. Porter fought. There was no one in the crowd, which is kind of weird. So there's nothing to watch. I was going to my point. I was nothing to watch yesterday. I went to YouTube to watch trailers. Man, there was so many movies that was slated to be released this summer, like Ghostbusters. Apparently, well, according to the trailers, it was supposed to come out July. But man, there's a bunch of good movies like James Bond. Black Widow was supposed to come out in May this year. Wonder Woman. Man, now there's New Mutants, which I have no idea what is that. Any part of the X-Men, that New Mutants? Because I need to watch something new, man. I'm just watching reruns of old shows that I've already seen. Yeah. Lanky says, I would love if Hot Toys would make figures that we really want, like the Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans are so lucky. Man, Lanky, I'm a Marvel fan. We had our time. I mean, at least I had my time. From 2012 up until last year, pretty much a lot of Marvel. And it's bound to slow down because there's no more Marvel, So Kev's Mags 2.0 and first release. Oh man, good for you, Kevs. I was hunting down that Magneto. Boy, I can't find any. The first release was pretty good too, but which one is better, Kev? Let me know, because I can hunt down the first two if I really wanted to. Danny says, I think they may make more Marvel than Star Wars. They did, Danny. They did. But it just makes sense from a business standpoint. Star Wars is selling like hot potatoes right now. So, man, I don't. Okay, Amber says Elrond. All right, Elrond it is, Amber. Tonight at 12, you'll see Elrond. Amber says I'm Team Edward for his Batman looks. Oh, Ben is here. What's up, Ben? That's all right, Ben. Says sorry it's always so late. No worries, man. Baze. Yep. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, Dave. Kev says New Mutants is premiere tonight. Kev, what is it? It looks like horror. Is it based off? I see the Marvel logo when they were looking at the teaser. I'm guessing it's a Marvel, but is it based off is it like mutants, like X-Men? I have no idea, man. I'm not trying to be, funny here, but yeah, I just really have no clue. Lanky says, can I relook at your Asmus Legos figure in that lighting? I could next time, Lanky, because man, my Legos is tucked all the way in the corner, and with how dark it is in here, I'm probably gonna knock out, all of the stuffs in here. So, oh man, Mario says Rogue One 5th anniversary is coming up next year, so maybe there's a chance. I didn't know it's already 5 years. I thought it was just one of the newer movies. So, Thigh Guy said they said NBA will start again on Saturday, so you have something to watch. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Just that's for selfish reason though, because I want to watch something. So, I know they're doing it for a cause and all that stuff, but I just want to watch something. Us Marvel fans already got 5 or 6 figures from Endgame in the last 3 months. Let Star Wars fans have some light. I agree, Diecast. You know what? It was honestly a quicker turnaround that I thought it would be. So y'all know you've seen Justin's reviews, and everyone does. He always does the first reviews on any figure out there, I guess, unless it's third party. So he reviewed Hawkeye last month, and we already got Hawkeye less than a month ago. So if you bought it from Toys Wonderland and you paid an extra $120, that would suck because your leeway between, I'm not talking about Justin because Justin does reviews, so it makes sense that he gets it first. But I'm saying from the average consumer, if you paid like 150 more, I don't know the markup for, because I know the shipping is high. So let's say you paid $100 more. Is it really worth $100 that extra month of waiting? I'd rather keep my 100 and wait for a month. That's just how I see it. So that's just me. I know there's a lot of people who can't wait though. So, all right, let's see here. Baze, is that the guy who has long hair? The Asian guy. I'm not. Okay, Kev says New Mutant is horror fun. Horror fun is rumor. Okay. Oh, Lenky has an interesting question. Mandalorian or new Batman suit? Uh, just for Hot Toys, Lenky. Mandalorian looks is yeah. I said it on PJ's. Mandalorian is the Hot Toys dream, man. They don't need to sculpt the head sculpt. Every joint is hidden, and the suit is fabric. In fairness, I saw I forgot who posted pictures. I was on a Facebook group, and Danny and Mario knows this, on Auxiliary. I think it was whoever posted that Mandalorian picture. It's not Hot Toys. It's like a black series. Man, it still looks good. I think it was Manny who posted that picture. So it's not because of how Mandalorian is constructed. The helmet, the suit that he does have. It really shows no joints. So as good as Hot Toys made Mandalorian, it just shows you that the actual design of Mandalorian is the one that's making it look good. It's making it easy for Hot Toys, I can tell you that. So to answer your question, Lenky, Batman suit. Because if Manny can make that Black Series Mandalorian, and he's a good photographer too, if he can make that looking good, man, imagine what he can do with the Hot Toys version. And that's like 10th of the price of the Hot Toys version. So diecast, man, saying the end game cap, man. Diecast, I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan as well. I don't know, like, for any Marvel fan here or DC fan, what is your most latest pre-order? Because the last pre-order that I did was Endgame cap, or no, my bad, it was the Avengers cap. I didn't pre-order Mandalorian because, like I said, this is where it's gonna get dicey for me, for I guess for the health of my channel. Because like I can't afford every Hot Toys figures. Everyone already knows that. I'm unlike Justin who can buy one. The ones that I buy is actually I like. Now I would gamble every once in a while, for figures that I kind of like, and I can do that. Let's say Chapter 2. I pre-ordered that, so I can gamble on those. The Mandalorian, for example, like the non-Beskar version, I can gamble on that because deep inside my heart, I know that if I buy that figure, I can't sell it, for how much I paid for. I honestly think that way. Because there's going to be so many Mandalorian figures out there that this would get I've been burned by Star Wars before. This is one of those things. Again, he's a popular main character. There's no way they're just going to do one version. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do at least several versions. If I get this, I can't sell it. I'm going to be stuck with it. And, I'm not going to do that for Star Wars. Now that there's nothing that I kind of like on the horizon, I don't know what else am I going to review. So that's why I kind of turned into third party. And, it would maybe moving forward with Asmus. I don't know what Asmus can, as far as Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. That's kind of like my Star Wars, but they don't generate any views. They don't. People does not like Lord of the Rings as much as I do. And I don't care that much, but Danny's asking, are you going for the deluxe Aragorn? I'm going for the deluxe, Danny. I'm debating whether I should shell out extra almost 100 for the deluxe. What are your thoughts between the two releases? Danny, I'm going for the deluxe purely because of my main reason is the diorama. You can use that for any other figure. If I'm into photography, and I'm going to do this new set of videos, which is I'm going to kind of make them, this figures kind of move like cinematic style. So, but if I was you, I'm going for the deluxe version too. And think about it, it's $100. If the other head sculpt is really good, and then you're tempted to buy it, right? For sure, you're going to buy it on eBay for $50. Now you're talking about the diorama for only $50 and the other stuffs with it. Just buy the deluxe. Worst case scenario, you hate it, you part it out. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to buy it. But Aragorn is not like any other figures that released every 8 months. Imagine the last Lim version was a couple of years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. So I think, Danny, the way to go is the deluxe version. So J-Rod says, I have Mando Deluxe on pre-order, but I don't collect Star Wars. I'm really considering canceling but losing my NRD, and I'm sure it will go up in price once it sells out. See, I highly doubt that, J-Rod. I highly doubt that it'll go up in price. If you see the pattern, if you're a Star Wars fan, you want it to go up. I highly doubt it, though. Highly doubt it. We've seen it in Boba Fett. He's a main character. The one who goes up in price are the Krennics. Look at Vader. Vader doesn't go up in price, and Mando is a main character. So, I mean, if you kind of like Mando, go for it, man. If you don't mind him being there, go for it. Diecast says, Hype Toy seems like they're going after third party making certain figures by making them too. They could, but they're so slow. By the time so they're not, if I see what you mean here, Diecast, by going like Cable and a Miles Morales, for example, but they would only kill them if they release them before the third party, though. Because, for example, Zach from Collecting Weekly, he already bought the young rich Miles Morales. He's still going to buy the Hot Toys. So Hot Toys didn't really hurt young rich toys or something. So they got to be quicker. I hope they are. John said, yeah, what's going on, John? Better late than never, John. Better late than never, my friend. Oh, man, I'm getting delayed here on my... Okay, Amber says, I don't pre-order hardly anything. I wait until they release. I agree, because the especially, you don't know what's going to happen in 2-3 years. Hot Toys is so slow. And tell me, like, almost nothing gets waitlisted while they're in pre-order, almost nothing. So why would you put your money there? Because a lot of things can happen in 2-3 years. You might retire from collecting, so if you have like 10 pre-orders, NRD is like $25 each, that would suck if you need to eat those. So I agree with Amber. I don't pre-order anything. I go to Big Bad Toy Store. They hardly had pre-orders, even though now they're kind of shady, adding $15 to those figures. They're still cheaper than Sideshow if you factor in the shipping and all that stuff. If you do pile of loot. But yeah, I agree. I don't pre-order anything at all. And Mario is here. Oh, he's saying, why did you sell the quarter scale? And maybe he doesn't have Mario. What happened? Why is your face on? Dude, Diecast Endgame Cap is my figure of the year. I only got Gladiator Hulk and Endgame Widow all year. And I'm set to receive Endgame Widow, so I don't know. Hey, see you later, Mario. Oh, Ben says tuition. Man. Ben says his last pre-order was Deluxe Mando, and that's 6 months ago. Nothing new interests me. Same here, man. Amber says just wait until the new Lord of the Rings series comes out, then the hype will live again. I hope so, Amber. I mean, I hope so. I actually love Lord of the Rings, man. I don't know why. I just love it. Lanky, I'm gonna do a collection tour one day. I'm just, I keep on delaying it. I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna wait for the new batch. I'm gonna wait for the new batch of figures that's coming, and then they all come in all at the same time. So, oh, by the way, since Mario is here, dude, you waiting for this? Oh, Danny says, I hope Asmus makes some armored Elvins from the prologue scene to go with Elrond. Dude, that is my version of Stormtroopers. That's my version of Stormtroopers. If they release this, I'll probably get 2 or Orcs. Hey, Collecting Weekly guys are here. Hot Toys is way too slow, man. They can't like Gamora has been delayed for 2 years. I don't even remember what happened to Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So even if I was interested in it, it has died down. Oh man, I agreed with J-Rod here. Alita from Hot Toys. See, Alita came out 2 years ago, right? What? I don't understand what's taking so long. I don't get it. Thigh Guy says your Hot Toys review are more informative than just to keep up the good work. Good thing the figures that you like, I also buy the same ones since I don't buy every Hot Toys that comes out. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Thigh Guy. Yeah, I don't buy everything. I kind of buy, and imagine this. Sometimes I say, like with Boromir, I said don't buy it if you're not a hardcore fan. And that's hard for me to say because I actually like Lord of the Rings. But I do realize that some figures are not created equally. So it doesn't mean that I like a certain line. That means it's a good figure. If that makes any sense. So, Ben says college is more important than few figures. Kev says there's no leaving this hobby life. Ben says I need Asmus to make new Legolas with rooted hair. They had a sculpt at a 9 out of 10, but the hair was awful. Ben, I agree. Somebody actually on a Sideshow Freak, somebody did a custom hair on Legolas, and it actually looks pretty darn good. It looks pretty good, guys. If you see my thumbnail on my Legolas Asmus, just look at the thumbnail. You don't need to watch the video. If you hide the hair in the eyes, man, it looks pretty good. Looks really good. Yeah, Danny says orcs would be cool, man. I'd die for orcs, man. If you've seen Asmus orcs, Gothmog and Grishnak, man, they look amazing. Zach says it's like they're slow to announce the figures and then slow to make them once they announce it. So basically, there's nothing fast about Hot Toys. So they're kind of behind the 8 ball in announcing it, and they're behind the 8 ball like making them too. So. Yep, I agree. I definitely agree. Helm's Deep Legolas. I agree, Danny, to go with the Helm's Deep Aragorn. Although I don't think I'm going to double dip on Legolas. Yep, I agree. Diecast here says Hot Toys will be forced to either make figures based on older movies or keep re-releasing figures because of lack of new content. I agree, Diecast, or they could be a little bit more creative and step outside of their comfort zone and take a little gamble here and there. By gamble, I mean, doing something that's out of DC, Star Wars, and Marvel. And they used to, like John Wick, I don't think it's a big gamble for them. John Wick was a pretty popular, character to begin with. Matrix, they can enhance that line, although I don't think it's gonna sell. But they're a business that they should take risk every once in a while. A business that revolves around collectors that are really passionate. And if they do that, the thing is they might open up the door for other collectors who doesn't know Hot Toys, So that's just my 2 cents on it. So Austin says, where's Mark 85, Endgame Cap, and Spider-Man Far From Home? Austin, hopefully all by the end of the year, man. Hopefully all by the end of the year. I am waiting for them as well, my friend. I would like to see them cap off the year with that. Although I would be, if they all release, and I have the same pre-orders as you, Austin, all of those guys. Man, I don't know what I'm going to look forward to 2021 then, because I have no new pre-orders. Outside of these guys, maybe Thor, the Bro Thor, but that's it. There's nothing Marvel or DC that I'm really looking forward to. J-Rod says, I pre-ordered the Golden Wonder Woman Hot Toys, and it's my first rooted hair figure. It scares me as I've seen how ugly the hair can get. Speaking of which, J-Rod, I hate futzing around with hair. And if you're scared about rooted hair, this is not gonna make your fear go away. Look at this woman right here. Man, I just love Infinity War. That's why I'm keeping this figure right here. Otherwise, I mean, it's not a bad sculpt. The hair is just awful. It is what it is, man. Kev says many enemies, an old wizard from The Hobbit, they can still release from Asmus. Yeah, I agree, Kev, but you know what? Asmus itself is struggling to move these figures outside of Aragorn, obviously, because that's their Iron Man, supposedly. But I don't know if those things are going to sell, though. Alerts, if they do alerts from Lord of the Rings or any orc, they gotta make him look badass though. Lurtz, Azog, you know, those guys, make them get a Sauron, make it diecast, you know, and then they're dabbing into video game characters as well. You know, like you gotta open your doors. You gotta take risk. That's what I'm saying. Like if you like Asmus, I think is doing good with their Devil May Cry, and I personally haven't played that game in years. So that's another thing, you know, that you open your doors to new collectors, and maybe they would notice. You know, let's say if I'm, you know, just say I like the Equalizer which I do like the Equalizer from the movie, which is Denzel Washington. And I don't know about these figures. I have never heard of Hot Toys, but all of a sudden I see this popping up Equalizer figure, and I was like, oh man, I didn't know they made those. So that's another, you know, that's all I'm saying. Maybe a man can dream. Amber says new Dune movies coming out. That will be the next thing. I have spoken. All right, let's screenshot this from Amber and we'll see. Danny says they can go deep with Lord of the Rings line. Man, Danny, they've been deep with Lord of the Rings line, guys. They're not selling as well. I can tell you that. I myself have 20 Lord of the Rings figures. That's deep enough, in my opinion. And I don't have all of them. I don't have Arwen and all that stuff. So Lenky says Toys Era Joker 3 head sculpt or Ant-Man smiling face head sculpt. Oh shit, man. I'll take Ant-Man. Toys Era resembles nothing like Joaquin Phoenix. Ant-Man, at least that, and the paint application is bad. It's like soft. It's not. It's like watching DVD. At least Ant-Man paint application is HD, and I think the first half is at least looks like Ant-Man. So, oh, Amber says they are doing alerts. I am happy. You know, I've been saying this to Geens for a while now to do alerts, and finally they're listening to me. Thank God. They didn't listen to me. They just did it. Ben's asking, would you rather Asmus keep Lord of the Rings license, reasonably priced and some obvious love for the franchise, plus they license Listen to the Pants, or do you want Hot Toys to acquire it? Ooh, Ben, if Hot Toys can do better, I would love Hot Toys to get it. Because I love Asmus, man. You know, they supported me when I was starting, when I had like 2,000 subscribers. They already supported me, but I'm a realist here. Hot Toys is the best of the best. They're not perfect. They're the best of the best. So I would love my favorite characters to be made by the best in the business. So Danny says stay with Asmus. Oh, I lost that. I don't want to wait behind all the Marvel Star Wars releases. I didn't factor that in, Danny, so that you might be right there. Okay, Diecast's problem is with Hot Toys releasing Golden Armor Wonder Woman is you may just have standalone piece with no other characters announced. You know what, Diecast, what I don't like about that Golden Armor, and correct me guys if I'm wrong, that only comes with one head sculpt, right? At least the one that I've seen. If you put the helmet on, that is a mess to fix that hair. That is just the thing. They should have included two head sculpts. One is already helmeted and one is not. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but I think I already saw one helmeted version though. Austin says, I'm so frustrated with Hot Toys to make all these advanced Star Wars announcements when they have so many figures left over from this, Marvel included. See, that's a debate, Austin. Where did I hear that? I think one of the live stream, I forget the live stream, but I love announcement because it keeps you going, keeps you hyped. But at the same time, I hope they don't take them forever though. You know, because the more announcement they make, the more pre-orders they make, the longer we wait. And now it's more prevalent. You know what I mean? So I know what you mean there, Austin. But I'm frustrated as you are because I'm a Marvel fan myself. So Kev says, kind of bummed Miss Grand Elf Leader release from The Hobbit. Looks very impressive. Who was that, Kev? Is that the damn, I forgot his name. Thranduil? I said that's his name, Thranduil or whatever. He is impressive though. The diecast sword is a pain in the ass. I do have that figure. I didn't know it was going for a lot of money this time now. Yeah, I could have sold that back in the day, but I feel bad if so, like like back in the day, Asmus actually sends me figures, not anymore. So when they send me figures, I actually bad selling them. I feel bad selling them, so I don't sell them. I should have, but I didn't sell them. So, Lanky said you should check out Arnie Kim's Superman Reeve sculpt. I would want Arnie Kim to make my figure instead of Hot Toys. Hot Toy Superman is in good likeness compared to Arnie Kim Superman likeness. Dude, Arnie Kim is one of the best, man. Arnie Kim, didn't he used to work with Hot Toys? The Superman, Lanky, if you're talking about the Reeve Superman, well, that was the 2012 Superman. I think it looks pretty good. For its time, back, especially being almost 10 years old now. So, Amber says they're making a new Thranduil. Oh, that's good news. Dave says you pre-ordered It figure 2. Nice. I get excited when Hot Toys do something different. I got Hellboy on pre-order too, despite the movie being crap. Same here, Dave. See, good minds think alike, man. I pre-ordered those 2 figures. I'm probably in the minority here, but like you said, Dave, I like it when it's out of the norm. Like Hellboy, I miss on the first Hellboy, and I'm gonna pay a ridiculous price for it. The It figure, it looks great. It's terrifying, but it looks great. I don't know where I'm gonna display it, but I'm happy, and I pre-ordered that. So, Austin says Hot Toys needs to hire more help. Where's Wasp, Gamora, Drax? Those 3 figures that you mentioned, Austin, are the. I don't think they're making a new Drax. Drax already came out. Like that, we're talking about the old Drax. That Drax was horrible, first and foremost. He has a small body. He doesn't have traps. But these figures, I don't think they're too on demand. This Wasp, Gamora, Drax. It doesn't matter though, because it's been 2 years. I feel you, Austin. They've been there for 2 years, man. Kev says too, Nebula. These are like, I don't think they're rushing to release these figures. They're like B, maybe even C rated figures. They're the one that you mentioned, they're the ones who gets expensive down the line because no one buys them. And then all of a sudden they shoot up in price, so Danny says I got Invisible Drax. Diecast Fly says maybe Hot Toys are just going off what's hot in Hong Kong. Maybe. I don't even know their pattern, to be quite honest with you. I know when they have a bad release, they release a bunch of figures to cover up that bad release. Remember Ant-Man, when they released Ant-Man and they gets the negative feedback? They released another figure right after Ant-Man. I think Hawkeye. After Ant-Man, they released Hawkeye. And Hawkeye is not a bad figure. I have him in hand. It's not bad. Not bad at all. But Dave says, curious is your final product for Alita Battle Engine. If it looks good, I might need to get it. Dave, I pre-ordered that Alita too. So I like the movie enough. See, I like diversity on my collection, Dave, man. So when you mentioned earlier that it doesn't fit your collection, my collection doesn't fit anything. I got NBA on one side, got DC on that side, I got Hall of Armor here. I look at my collection as a reflection of myself and the things that I do like, not a reflection of not a uniform collection, which I, probably will talk about that next stream because we're running out of time here. But yeah. J-Rod, you're absolutely right. Nebula will be the new Yondu. Yep. People are going to sleep on Nebula. And then he's going to be the new Yondu. Let me ask you guys though, like the one who missed out on Yondu, if there's anyone who missed out on Yondu. I didn't pre-order Yondu. Would you really buy Yondu for $500 if you already didn't pre-order him? There's a reason why you didn't pre-order Yondu, because you don't like Yondu that much. He would look good. Yondu is one of those characters that are a good sidekick. You know what I mean? Like if you got like a Star-Lord, you got a Yondu. But what if you don't have a Star-Lord? What if you missed out on Star-Lord too? Then you're kicking yourself if you don't have a Yondu. So that's just how I look at it. So if you're looking at something like Shuri, Yondu, Krennic, I mean, if you got a big-ass Star Wars collection, man, yeah, Vader, you got the big... If you're missing Krennic, it's your collection crap. It's like, oh, man, I'm missing Krennic. Like, a casual guy won't even know who Krennic is. It's like, but you do, but if you didn't pre-order Krennic to begin with, then you probably don't like Krennic that much anyway. So Oh man, Danny says diversity is beautiful. I agree in every walks of life, Danny. Danny says, I like Ronin Hawkeye. Yep, I got him. It looks pretty good. Kev says, yep, one and done releases. There you go. Like he says, yeah, put that as the Death Real lady that you bought. That scared, man, that scared the shit out of me, man. Austin says, asking why is Hot Toys putting all this focus on stars? I don't get it. They sell, Austin. That's one thing. Shit. Dave says, I picked up Belle from Beauty and the Beast because I thought they would make the Beast. Man, you should have waited for Beast at first and hope they make Belle. At least Beast looks awesome. Danny says they don't. They just have as many as Marvel. Okay. Negan Army, man. Why make B and C figures? Seems like a waste of time and resources. Negan, I agree with you to a degree, but in Star Wars universe, I mean, how many troopers does someone really need? You know, but they sell. Minimal effort and they sell. I agree with you, Negan, in a sense of, you know, not everyone can buy every figure. So if I don't review, for example, I'll probably just buy one Iron Man, one Cap, maybe the big four, Thor and Hulk, and then, you know, that's it. That's just me personally. Probably wouldn't collect as much, even though it's really addicting. I probably would buy that. But I get what you're saying, Negan. I didn't buy T'Challa. I bought, you know, there's so many main characters that the way they're priced now, I'm not in a luxury to buy B and C figures. So I get what you mean here, but I also get why Hot Toys is doing it. Easy money is answer. Oh, Kev says, hella. There you go. I've Yondu. He's a cool figure, but definitely not 500 that people are asking for. I agree, Dave. You know, like I missed out on Yondu. Is he a cool figure? Hell yeah. One of the best looking figure out there. You know, like sculpt wise and everything. And if you look at the pattern, I'm telling you guys, you don't need to be you know, a finance major in here. The one and done are the one who's gonna, you know, if they're gonna re-release the figure, most likely it'll not go up in price. That's it. Kev says, Snyder Cup, please give us Dark Side Hot Toys. Kev, I can see it. I can smell it, man. I can smell it. Ecto says, use a beast from X-Men instead. Statue, that is. Oh, Ecto, I thought you were talking about the beast from Toys era. That is a horrible beast to put in there. Although I don't mind, you know. I only paid not much on this one. Lenky says, wait, you didn't bought a tons of Stormtroopers? I know, man. I missed out on that. Diecast, you know what? That's a good point. I wonder if Hot Toys base their pre-order numbers of figures to decide which is bigger priority to explain why other figures keep getting pushed back, like Alita, Wasp, Gamora, etc. That is a good idea. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, like if I'm sure there's not a whole lot of pre-orders from Gamora or Wasp. So I mean, are they really gonna piss off the 25 people who pre-order Wasp compared to like the 100 people who pre-ordered, let's say, Iron Man? So that's a good point right there. I don't know, Austin, man. I mean, last week we got Hawkeye and what's his name? Black Widow, which is, you know, pretty good release to me. So, oh, Ecto said there is a beast, man. That from Hot Toys though. Up. He looks like he's wearing a sweater, honestly. I don't know why he looks like this, but okay, let me focus him. Dude, focus beast, man. Okay, he's not focusing, but yeah. He's beast. So maybe buy one of these, Dave, and partner with Bell. Maybe remove the armor in here, you know. I mean, so if you partner them together, I got some X-Men action going on there. And I'm waiting for a Magden 2.0. God damn. Ooh. Michael Fassbender was pretty good in that movie, man. Love fan. I love that. What do they call fast magneto bender or something? Fight. Kev says that new fig smell. Weird addictions. Nothing better than a new figure smell, man. Dave says a lot of time figures are getting pushed back might have to do with licensing. If the studio rejected, they need to go back to the drawing board, I guess, man. Negan's asking, what is your quick opinion on statues? Do you own any? I'm new to your channel. Negan, I own a couple. I'm not big on statues, man. They honestly, no offense to who owns statues. So I own a couple of premium format. Not for me. Not for me. I see why people like it. But I'm the type of guy who likes to tinker about things, you know, change the poses here and there, maybe take a picture. Because even if you have a statue, let's say you like Instagram, you take pictures, right? You can't lift the statue. I mean, it's like 8 pounds. Once you get it, you just want to put it there and leave it alone forever. You know, dust it every once in a while. But with Hot Toys, if you're getting more and more, you know, from your collection, you constantly have to change, you know, at least the format or the order how they're being displayed, and you can't really do that with statues. I mean, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work on Hot Toys. Imagine statues. So yeah, if you ask me, I own a couple, not a few, just a couple. Not thinking of expanding it, to be honest with you. Austin says, do you wish Hot Toys give fans better release dates? Yes. Diecast Dave, Yoon, I get that, but a character like Gamora, they are using the same head sculpt that they have approved. True, Diecast. Yeah, you're absolutely right too. Okay, Lenky said, do you know what was the hype for Christian Bale Batman back in the days, like Ben Affleck and the new Batman? Well, Lenky, the Bale Batman is an excellent movie, man. Christian Bale is not a pushover as an actor himself. Ben Affleck is kind of like the action hero movie Batman that we've been waiting for. Big, bulky guy, looks badass. And the new Batman, it's just, you know, any Batman will have an extremely amount of hype on them. And I think it started with Christopher Nolan, you know, and rightfully so. A lot of people want to give credit to the tone of the movies to MCU, but really Christopher Nolan started the trend where they're taking superhero movies quite seriously. You know, the X-Men has the comic book aspect to it. Nolan made it look like, hey, it could actually exist. So yeah, that's the hype. And ever since they did that, just follow suit, and that became the trend, you know. Dave says, like us, the Gamora I don't get. I hope they improve the head sculpt, which I doubt. Yeah, it looks like Gamora's just staring out of nowhere. So Negan says, do you wish Hot Toys would have a guide on how many figures they produce? It doesn't really bother me, Negan. As long as they produce things that I like, that's all that matters to me. And J-Rod says, Dark Knight is my favorite DC Marvel movie of all time. That trilogy, as much as I love, I don't know, man. Well, Dark Knight is up there for sure. Top three, if not number one. So I agree with you, J-Rod. That is what started my entire journey in this collection, is the Dark Knight movie. DX is sold out in first day on exclusive fast on Nolan. Man. DX01, I believe, was Joker, right? DX02 was Batman. Yeah, the one with the sonar eyes. Yeah, Dave. I'm sure it'll be, yeah. It looks like it's the same sculpt. So, have you heard anything about Hot Toys Mark 47 being released soon? It is released, Austin. It's released in Hong Kong, at least. So, I'm pretty sure you'll see it here. So, yeah, Dave said it too. Yeah, it is released in Hong Kong. So, we're going to see it pretty darn soon. All right, guys. It's that time. Well, thank you for being in the chat. I appreciate you guys. So I'll see you next week, I suppose. You know, I'll try to I guess stream more often, but watch out for more reviews coming up soon. Nothing exciting, a few Hot Toys here and there. I think I got like 4 Hot Toys. Most are gonna be either Asmus or third party. So if you like X-Men, you're gonna like this review. I'm waiting for that Godfather too. So we'll see out. So thank you for watching, guys. Stay safe and have a good night.